This video contains a truth that has changed the lives of many people. If you are having health problems and have ever felt stuck, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section so we can share useful knowledge together. Have you ever looked in the mirror and noticed your hair seems thinner than it used to be? Maybe it doesn't grow like it once did. Or maybe your brush seems fuller than your scalp these days. You run your fingers through your hair and think, this can't be right. It wasn't like this last year. You're not imagining things, and you're definitely not alone. Hair loss after 60 is more common than most people admit. It can be gradual, so gradual that you don't even notice it until one day it hits you like a wave. You realize your hair isn't just changing, it's vanishing. And I want you to know, this isn't just about looks. For many of us, it's about identity, confidence, feeling like yourself when you walk into a room. That's why we're here today, not to talk about magic pills or empty promises, but to dig into something that actually matters: nutrition. The real, powerful foundation your hair depends on. Because no matter your age, your body is still listening. And when you give it the right support, it responds. So today, we're going to talk about the top 10 nutrients your hair needs, especially after 60, to stay strong, full, and thriving. And if you've got a specific issue going on, whether it's thyroid-related, hormonal, medication side effects, or just stress, go ahead and drop a comment below. Let's help each other. I read every one, and I'll give advice where I can. Alright, let's get into it. First things first, let's talk about a nutrient that often flies under the radar, but it's absolutely essential for hair growth, and that's protein. You see, your hair is made of keratin, which is a type of protein. But as we get older, many of us unconsciously start eating less protein. Our appetite may shrink, our digestion changes, and sometimes we just don't feel like cooking a full meal anymore. But here's the kicker: without enough protein, your body starts rationing it, and your hair is not on the priority list. Think of it like this: your body's a smart machine. If you're not getting enough fuel, it sends it to your heart, your brain, your muscles. Hair, that's considered a luxury item. So what can you do? Start by making sure you're getting a good source of protein with each meal. It doesn't have to be meat, eggs, Greek yogurt, beans, lentils, tofu, and even collagen supplements can help. Just be consistent. Your scalp will thank you, and over time, so will your hairbrush. Now, let's move on to the next heavy hitter: iron. Here's something most people don't realize. Low iron levels are one of the most common hidden causes of hair loss, especially in older adults. And it doesn't have to be severely low to cause problems. Even a mild deficiency can be enough to slow down hair growth or cause strands to fall out more easily. If you're feeling more tired than usual, looking a little pale, or getting winded doing things that used to be easy, that could be iron calling out for attention. Iron helps carry oxygen to your hair follicles. Without it, they can't grow strong hair. In women especially, particularly after menopause, iron levels can dip and go unnoticed for years. How do you boost it? Dark leafy greens, red meat in moderation, legumes, and iron-fortified cereals can help. And don't forget, pairing iron-rich foods with vitamin C, like citrus fruits or bell peppers, helps your body absorb it better. Of course, before starting any supplement, especially iron, talk with your doctor. Too much can be just as harmful as too little. Alright, let's keep the momentum going. The third nutrient I want to talk about is vitamin D. Now, this one's sneaky, because it's not something you'll usually feel right away. But a vitamin D deficiency can quietly wreak havoc on your immune system, your bones, your mood, and yes, your hair. After 60, our skin becomes less efficient at converting sunlight into vitamin D. And let's be honest, a lot of us just don't spend as much time in the sun anymore. Add that to living in colder climates, wearing protective clothing, or using sunscreen, which is still very important, by the way, and you've got a perfect recipe for low vitamin D. So why does this matter for hair? Because vitamin D plays a key role in the hair growth cycle. It helps create new hair follicles, those tiny pores in your scalp where hair starts growing. If your levels are low, hair can become thin, brittle, and slow to grow back. Now, here's the simple solution: a little bit of sunshine each day, plus foods like fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mushrooms, and fortified dairy or plant milks. And yes, supplements can help too. But again, check your levels first. A simple blood test can give you the full picture. Before we move on, let me just say something important. If you're dealing with hair loss right now, it's not your fault. There are so many things that can trigger it: stress, medications, hormones, even past surgeries. The good news is, you're not powerless. Your body still responds when you give it the right tools. That's what we're doing here, giving your hair the support it's been craving. Let's shift gears and talk about biotin, often called the hair vitamin. And yes, there's a reason you see it everywhere: shampoos, gummies, labels that promise thicker, fuller hair. But here's the truth: biotin is important, but it's not a magic bullet. Biotin is a B vitamin that helps your body produce keratin, the main protein in hair. Without enough of it, your hair can become weak and prone to breakage. But here's the kicker: if you're not deficient, taking extra won't give you Rapunzel hair overnight. That said, many older adults are low in biotin, often because of medications like anticonvulsants or long-term antibiotics. If you're one of them, adding biotin-rich foods like eggs, nuts, seeds, and whole grains to your diet can really help. If you do choose a supplement, aim for a moderate dose. More isn't always better. And while we're on the topic of B vitamins, another superstar you shouldn't overlook is vitamin B12. This one's crucial for healthy red blood cells. And guess what red blood cells do? They bring oxygen to your scalp. No oxygen, no hair growth. After 60, your body becomes less efficient at absorbing B12 from food, especially if you've been on antacids or medications like metformin. So keep an eye on your energy levels, memory, or even mood. These can be subtle signs your B12 might be low. Alright, let's take a breath here. We've covered a lot: protein, iron, vitamin D, biotin, and B12, all essential for keeping your hair strong and thriving as you age. You don't need to remember everything perfectly. Just remember this: your body still wants to work with you. Hair loss after 60 doesn't have to be the end of the story. In fact, it can be the beginning of a brand new chapter, one where you feel more in control, more vibrant, and more like you again. So keep watching. We've got more powerful nutrients coming up that your hair absolutely needs to stay healthy and full of life. So now that you've got a good sense of how protein and omega-3 South can support your hair from the inside out, let's keep going. Because the truth is, after 60, your body just doesn't process nutrients the same way it used to. Even if you're eating well, you may still be missing out on a few critical ingredients your hair absolutely needs to thrive. And one of the most overlooked is iron. Yes, iron. You might think of it as something more related to energy or fatigue. But here's the thing: iron helps carry oxygen to your hair follicles. And if your scalp isn't getting enough oxygen-rich blood, your follicles go into sleep mode. They stop producing strong, vibrant hair. That thinning you see in the shower drain or that widening part at the crown, often it's linked to low iron levels. And you don't have to be anemic to feel it. Many women and men over 60 have what we call low normal iron. Not quite low enough to raise alarm bells on a standard blood test, but low enough to impact things like your hair, your nails, even your mood. Foods like spinach, red meat in moderation, lentils, and pumpkin seeds can help, especially when paired with a little vitamin C to improve absorption. And if you're unsure about your levels, a quick blood test can tell you exactly where you stand. Always speak with your doctor before adding an iron supplement. It's powerful stuff and needs to be used wisely. Speaking of vitamin C, let's talk about that next. It's not just the immune-boosting powerhouse we take in the winter. Vitamin C is essential for collagen production, yes. The same collagen that keeps your skin youthful also helps anchor your hair in place. It supports the blood vessels feeding your scalp and helps absorb iron more efficiently. And honestly, who doesn't need a little more glow and strength inside and out? The good news is vitamin C is easy to get. A morning bowl of strawberries, a splash of lemon in your water, some roasted red peppers in your lunch. Tiny changes, big payoffs. And again, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. If you can make one small upgrade to your meals each day, you're building a stronger foundation for your hair and your health. Now, if you've ever looked at your thinning hair and thought, It's just genetics. You're not entirely wrong, but you're not entirely right either. Genes may load the gun, but your habits and nutrient levels pull the trigger. That's where zinc comes in. Zinc is one of those minerals that doesn't get nearly enough attention, but it plays a quiet, crucial role in tissue growth and repair, including the cells responsible for growing new hair. And get this, your body doesn't store zinc. That means you need to keep getting it regularly, or your levels can drop faster than you think. Low zinc has been directly linked to hair shedding, especially in older adults. If you're a big fan of oysters, you're already winning in the zinc department. But let's be real, not many of us are shucking oysters at home after 60. So what else helps? Chickpeas, pumpkin seeds, beef, cashews, even fortified cereals can give your zinc a healthy boost. And again, balance is key. Too much zinc can actually backfire. So always check with your healthcare provider before supplementing. Now I want to touch on something that often surprises people: biotin. You've probably heard it marketed everywhere as the hair vitamin, and it's true. Biotin plays a role in strengthening keratin, the protein that makes up your hair. But here's the twist: unless you're deficient in biotin, taking more doesn't necessarily mean thicker, longer hair. The secret isn't about overloading on one nutrient. It's about creating the right conditions, the right combination of nutrients that support your entire hair growth cycle. Biotin is helpful, yes, but when paired with protein, zinc, iron, vitamin C all working together, that's when you start to notice real changes. That's when your scalp starts waking up again, and those little baby hairs start making a comeback. And let's not forget, hair is one of the last things your body focuses on when it's under stress or lacking nutrients. Your body is smart. It's going to prioritize your heart, your brain, your vital organs first. That's why hair loss often shows up as a signal. It's your body waving a little flag, saying, hey, something's missing. So, how do we make sure we're giving it everything it needs? One step at a time, one bite at a time, one small habit each day that says, I deserve to feel good, look good, and age with strength and grace. Your hair is part of your identity, your confidence, your presence. It tells a story, just like your smile, your eyes, your voice. And even though the years bring changes, and yes, some hair loss is perfectly natural, it doesn't mean you're powerless. We're just getting started. There are a few more hair healthy heroes to cover, including one that most people never even consider, but it plays a massive role in hair density and growth, especially as you age. You know, we often think of aging as this slow decline of energy, memory, muscle, and yes, hair. But what if I told you it doesn't have to feel that way? What if I told you that even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, you still have power, not just over how you feel, but over how you look, and that includes the way your hair grows, shines, and stays right where it belongs, on your head. We've already talked about protein, omega-3 south, iron, vitamin C, zinc, and biotin, 6 key nutrients that lay the foundation. But let's not stop there, because there's one more group of nutrients that rarely gets the spotlight, yet they're absolutely essential when it comes to healthy hair after 60: B vitamins, specifically B12 and folate. These two are like the silent workers behind the scenes, supporting cell division, red blood cell formation, and oxygen delivery to your scalp. And here's the kicker: as you get older, your ability to absorb B12 from food drops significantly. That means even if you're eating well, you could still be running low without knowing it. Low B12 can lead to more than just fatigue or brain fog. It can also trigger hair thinning that seems to sneak up on you. And once it starts, it can be tough to reverse unless you address the root cause. Foods like eggs, dairy, salmon, and leafy greens can help, but many people over 60 need a little extra support in the form of a supplement, or even a B12 injection if levels are very low. That's something your doctor can help you figure out with a quick blood test. Folate, on the other hand, is found in things like lentils, asparagus, and avocados, and it plays a beautiful role in nourishing your scalp and supporting those fast-growing hair cells. Remember, healthy hair grows from a healthy environment. You're not just feeding your strands, you're feeding your scalp, your circulation, your cells. Now, let's talk about a lesser-known but absolutely vital mineral, selenium. This one doesn't get talked about much, but it's crucial for regulating the thyroid gland. And guess what? Your thyroid is deeply connected to hair health. If it's overactive or underactive, you can experience hair loss, sometimes in patches, sometimes all over the scalp. Selenium helps keep your thyroid in check and also acts as a powerful antioxidant, protecting your follicles from damage caused by aging, stress, and inflammation. Brazil nuts are one of the richest natural sources. Just 1 or 2 a day can give you what you need. But you can also find selenium in sunflower seeds, eggs, and brown rice. Again, it's all about balance. You don't need to overdo it, you just need to stay consistent. And then there's vitamin D. This one is a big deal. It's involved in so many processes in the body, but when it comes to hair, it plays a direct role in creating new follicles. Yes, new follicles. That means if you're low in vitamin D, not only can hair growth slow down, but the follicles themselves can become dormant. And the scary part? Vitamin D deficiency is incredibly common after 60. Many people don't even realize they're low until they experience fatigue, aches, or you guessed it, hair loss. Getting some sunlight daily can help, but it's not always enough, especially if you live in colder climates or spend a lot of time indoors. A vitamin D supplement can make a world of difference. Just be sure to get your levels checked before starting, so you're getting the right amount for you. And finally, one nutrient that might surprise you: vitamin E. Think of it like nature's conditioner. It supports healthy skin, boosts circulation to the scalp, and protects against oxidative stress. That's the kind of internal damage that can age your hair before its time. Almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, and avocados are all great sources. Just a handful a day can bring that soft, glossy resilience back to your strands. Now, I know that might sound like a lot, but don't let it overwhelm you. You're not trying to overhaul your entire diet overnight. You're simply building something better, one choice at a time. Maybe today it's adding some salmon to your dinner. Tomorrow it's picking up a few Brazil nuts or a carton of eggs. Maybe this weekend you ask your doctor about testing your iron or B12 levels. Each step counts. Each decision matters. And more importantly, you matter. Hair loss after 60 is not just a cosmetic issue. It's emotional. It touches how we see ourselves, how we feel when we look in the mirror, and how confidently we step out into the world. But you don't have to accept it as an unchangeable part of aging. There are real, science-backed ways to slow it down and, in many cases, even reverse it. You've spent your whole life taking care of others, raising families, building careers, showing up when it mattered. Now it's your time. Your health, your happiness, your hair, they're worth fighting for. So let this be your reminder: it's never too late to nourish yourself deeply, to make changes that ripple out into every part of your life. You don't need a magic pill. You need real food, real awareness, and real self-care. And if you've ever felt alone in this, please know you're not. So many people are going through the same thing. That's why I'd love for you to share in the comments below. What challenges are you facing right now with your hair? What's worked for you? What questions do you have? Let's turn this into a community that lifts each other up, that supports and inspires. If this video helped you, please give it a like. It tells us we're making the kind of content that truly matters. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the tools, tips, and science-backed advice we've got coming your way. Because this is about more than just hair. It's about feeling good in your skin at every age. It's about thriving, not just surviving. Here's to living fully, beautifully, and boldly, no matter how many candles are on the cake.